Good morning, everybody, and welcome to episode 25. And today, on January 24th of 2024, I declare all of the New Year's resolutions are over. Now here's why I say that. The first couple of weeks of January, when I would go out and ride my bike every morning, there were tons of people out running and walking and riding bicycles and exercising, right? Because it was just after the first of the year, and they were like, this is what I'm doing in 2024. Today, just my regulars, the same people I saw last year that were out walking and riding and all that fun stuff. So I feel like everybody has moved on from most of their New Year's resolutions and decided that, 2023 was a good year and they're going to stick with that. No judgment here, guys. I have not been out doing my exercises every day, and I did not do a New Year's resolution for that very fact, because if I do say it, man, I really try to do it. But anywho, I digress. It is time for some coffee. Florida is back to being Florida, warm, humid, what we moved down here for. We'll see you in a bit. All right, guys, another day has passed. What a busy day it was. If you didn't know, today was the announcement of the 2024 models for Harley Davidson. I did a live stream of their announcement right here on YouTube or on Facebook, so you might want to check that out if you're interested, if you have not seen the video yet. They did a video talking about all the new bikes that they released in 2024. So I did a little bit on the live, but I think I'm going to finish out today with my thoughts on, after it's been a few hours and I've kind of got to digest the release, a few of the things that I definitely noticed. So their entire release was focused on baggers and the Pan America, which, if you put the bags on it, is a bagger, right? They didn't mention any bike below a street glide. They didn't mention the Road King. They did not mention any of the Softails, none of the Sportsters, no trikes. They didn't mention any of those bikes. Literally all they mentioned was the new Street Glide, the new Road Glide, the new Road Glide ST, I think it was, CVO, the Pan America CVO, and the Street Glide, Road Glide, like CVOs. So that was all they talked about. They didn't talk about any of the Ultras. So I don't know exactly what they're doing there, whether the Ultras will have the new fairing or the old fairing, and whether they'll have, which engine they'll have in them. So right now, like, when I look at it, it's pretty confusing as to what models are coming out with what stuff. And yeah, interesting time. I will say this, a few of the paint jobs on those CVOs I think were awesome. I love the one on the tank. Guys, go check out that video. They did a really nice video of the bikes and all. I personally thought that the video they did, excuse me, was really well done. You could tell that it was thought out and like I said, really well done. So go check out their video, check out the bikes. Let me know what you guys think of the new paint jobs. One of the paint jobs, the stripes turned into the one. That was really cool. On the Road Glide, if I remember correctly, you could kind of see it like shadowish, the eagle on the fairing. That was really cool. The new bikes, of course, went to the new body style they introduced in 2023. It's got the big screen with the digital gauges, variable valve timing engine. I mean, all the stuff that they basically released last year, they've put in a few more models this year. So I have not looked up the pricing. I'm curious to see, what the prices are like. I'm curious to see how well they sell. But I'm really surprised that they had nothing for anybody else. Like, basically, if you don't want a bagger, they had nothing for you. There was nothing announced, nothing talked about, nothing of anything lower than a Street Glide. So I think they missed the boat there. I don't know why they wouldn't have at least something going on for all of their Softail and Sportster fans. other than maybe they're not selling any of those. They're not selling any of the Sportsters. They're not selling any of the Softails. So who knows? Do they phase those out? I mean, if something's not selling, you can't keep making it, right? That's kind of my only thought, was why would they do nothing to any of those bikes unless they just weren't selling? I think the ST, the Lowrider and Lowrider ST were like big sellers last year, so I'm surprised they didn't. There was no talk of it. There's no like super special paint schemes that I saw. Maybe they do like a half-year release, kind of like they did last year. So middle of summer, July-ish, around their homecoming, they announce, you know, another line of bikes or some new stuff. I didn't see their, what are they called, like their legacy bike. So the past few years they've been doing legacy bikes. Basically they take a new bike and make it look like an old bike. And those have been pretty cool, but they didn't announce one of those today. I imagine one of those will be coming this year, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, I thought the video they did was very cool. I think the new bikes are going to be a huge hit. I like seeing that they are moving forward and not just standing still. So they did change the fairing. They changed the electronics. They introduced the ST last year. They did an ST CVO this year. So they are definitely moving toward the performance bagger style. They did a CVO Pan America. I don't exactly understand that, just because most people buy a Pan America, those bikes generally get pretty beat up, right? Because if you go off-road, you're dropping them and crashing them and, you know, getting them all skinned up and scarred up. And I'm not sure anybody buys a CVO to take it out and bash it in the woods. So I'm curious about that. Other than people just buying them because they want the CVO Pan America, I don't know that many of them will see anything off-road. But I'm curious. They had a pretty good paint job on them. The Pan Americas are generally kind of ugly. Like, they have a mini, like I call them a mini shark nose. They kind of look like a Road Glide fairing up front, except just miniaturized. But they're kind of ugly. But the paint job for the CVO actually looks pretty sharp. At least I think it does. What do you guys think? You know, let me know below. But that's it, guys. Today was all about the launch of the Harley Davidson motorcycles, and you know, I think they did a good job on the launch. I'm curious to see how everything unfolds this next year, especially being, you know, interest rates are high. It's an election year. Those bikes did not get any cheaper, so I'm curious to see how it all turns out. But I'm excited because Harley Davidson is moving forward with technology, with style, and everything. Anyway, that is it, guys. I will see you all tomorrow.